Night together. Let's talk a little bit. What is the world? What is the universe? What is God? What is important? What is life? So, as I mentioned in a short I did earlier, I saw the world always a little different. I never really understood it as a child, but I saw always the world a little different. I questioned so many things that were normal for a lot of people, especially in school, like these niche topics that most people never need again, or politics, why people are against each other so often, um, why we treat animals so badly, all things I didn't really get. And yeah, today I can happily say most of the things I understand now. It was a long way to wait until here, but I see it now, It makes perfect sense, everything. So let's first talk about the word God. God is a word that is pretty overloaded today. So when I say God, a lot of different people hear a lot of different things. And a lot of people still think about the dude with the beard sitting in the sky. Um, but today, way more people feel it, see it kind of spiritually. And every religion uses this word for their deity or for their God, as they say. So what is God? I believe I believe that God is like all of the universe combined. It is like the being that includes everything. Why is God? God is in existence to experience itself. I believe that the universe as whole is like the being we call God, but this being splits himself up in different parts that as deeper they split, as more they forgot who they are. So we end up with a big universe where parts of the universe get split up inside of it and have different experiences in the whole. Why is that? It's all about the different parts making experiences and finding their natural way back to the whole. This is kind of confusing, I know, but this is how I see God. This is, at the end, if you're not in that like crazy confusing stuff, God is about love. God is about unconditional, pure love. And you don't have to know anything that needs the mind to know God. You can just go through your life and be happy, or, you not always have to be happy, but just go to your life and feel God in your life and see how He creates things in your life so you can have your perfect experience. That is absolutely fine, and I think it's even the easier way to talk to God than try to imagine how God is structured, you know. But I'm kind of passionate about that. I like that. My mind always tries to create these bigger pictures of things. So let's go back to the bigger, confusing picture of God. So you have this big being that splits itself up in different consciousnesses that forget that they are a part of God. So they together and every part of for themselves can experience different realities, different experiences in different frequencies, and slowly find their way back to be conscious about that they are part of God, you know? And so every human, every animal, every stone, every plant, every planet, every sun, everything in existence that you can see as a whole has this part of God within. So we are all connected to the same bigger picture. And what spirituality and life is about is finding the truth about ourselves so we understand our connection to God. We are always connected to God. If you're not connected to God, you don't have any experience at all. But finding and understanding and feeling, especially feeling your connection to God again, is like one of the main parts about life, about the experience you have, especially in your individual way. Because it doesn't make any sense to make a million parts of yourself live lives when all the million parts of yourself try to live the same life and make the same experiences. So it doesn't make any sense. That's why it's so important to have your own individual experience, to go your own way, to not follow what everyone else does to reach the same goal, just to follow how you are drawn to things and do it in your own way. So at the end, you have a million different ways, a million different experiences that ended up all with reconnecting to God in their own way. You know, you don't have to be religious or spiritual or anything to connect to God. You just have to learn to trust in your own way. I believe that's actually everything being spiritual is. A lot of people connect spirituality to all these small things, to all these permission slips like tarot and crystals and so many things, you know the drill. But actual spirituality is how you move through life. It's not all the small things you can do in life. It's how you carry yourself through life. I think that religion, spirituality, and science will, within the next 5 to 10 years, meet a point where something gets created out of it. I'm not sure what will be the name, but that something gets created that is like a middle point from spirituality, religion, and science. When this happens, we know that humanity is collectively like back on track again. We are back on track, kinda. It just seems like really dark because so many dark things that went on for so long come to a light now, and some powers that be try to make everything at the moment they can to distract humanity a little bit. But this only happens because light is created at the moment. This only happens because if you take a flashlight and shine in a dark room where there's a lot of mess, you see the mess. But the mess was already there. And if you don't shine the light first, you can't clean up. So at the moment, we are shining the light at the mess and starting to clean up. It seems bad now, but it is actually a big step in the right direction. And if we as humanity wouldn't see how bad certain things are, we wouldn't be on the right direction to clean the world up again. Because remember, it's about our individual way to find to God, no matter the circumstances. And a lot of people feel that at the moment. So it will naturally start to get more and more in line with what people wish for themselves in their lives. So if you go through life and start to being more kind to people, not overstep your boundaries, but being more kind to people, being more compassionate with people, being more open and supportive with other people, especially with people you don't know, especially with people that seem so out of your way that normally you would ignore them. Especially those people, be just open and kind and try to bring to the world what you would see, what you would love to see in the whole world as a big picture, And yeah, there we come to the next part, because now it gets really confusing, but a lot of people notice already. It's not only that because all together is God, and we are a part of God inside everything, that also means that we are the creator and the experiencer at the same time. That means that all reality is kind of an illusion we create for ourselves to experience the way we go. And here, yeah, it's illusion, but at the same time, the reality is the illusion and the illusion is the reality. That's all about it is, So illusion is not something that is unimportant. It's the most important thing, because you are experiencing this and you are feeling this and go through this. But at the same time, you have full control over your experience. If you wanna experience love into world. You just have to admit love in your world, and the world around you will slowly reflect that. You are truly part of the God that creates all that is. So then you ask, yeah, but I don't want to experience this and this and this and to see so much, and I did so much and it's still like this. Yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds. At the same time, it is. Because are, we lived on this world cycles over cycles with pain and suffering, darkness, distraction, confusion. We got born in a world and got taught values that hurt or very that hurt or very that got that hurt or very soul. So we have first to learn to heal that, to overcome that, to break these cycles. Because if in your childhood you experienced a lot of, let's say, darkness of any kind, if you felt neglected and alone, this stuff stays with you, you know? And as older as you get, the more your reality starts to reflect the pain and suffering that is still within your heart because you never healed it. So you may think you want a world of peace, but your inner vibration, the energy you admit that creates your reality, is still within a phase of pain, neglection, and all this stuff. And there are a few ways to go about this. The hardest and most effective way is just to start to appreciate yourself, to accept yourself, like purely, and to follow what is right for you. It goes hand in hand with healing yourself, getting conscious about the things in your childhood or even the things in the world that did hurt you permanently, you know, and to heal that, to bring light to that, to cry the pain out. Here comes all the steps into play I talked about in the last video I made a few days or weeks ago. It's just about you and your frequency and how you interact with the world around you. So we talked about what is God, what is life, what is religion, what are you, why are you, and how to get back to everything. That was kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. If I will talk a lot more about this stuff. This is like I just started out with this video thing, so I'm just going. I hope there is someone in the world that sees this and thinks, hey, this is kind of cool. Yeah. I love you guys. Stay healthy, stay happy, or no, stay truthful. Heal. Be proud of yourself for your small steps, but also be truthful with yourself. If you're still hurted inside and your world still reflects that, it's okay. You can ask for help, or you can start to heal with your own space. But being truthful to yourself is the first and biggest step. There's no, there's nothing more spiritual and religious than this. Have a nice time.